Welcome to another episode of The Return of the Son of the Show. I'm Paul.
I'm Mark, and we're back here on another Tuesday night with another episode of Wonder Woman. Our first two-parter, The Feminum Mystique, parts 1 and 2.
Say that 3 times fast.
Right, Feminum.
Gracias, Mujer Maravilla.
Ay, lo siento, Steve.
The Feminum Mystique. Enter Wonder Girl. Drusilla, Diana's younger sister, arrives from Paradise Island and plunges into wartime intrigue when agents eager to find the source of the secret substance Feminum kidnap her. And then in part 2, today Paradise Island, tomorrow the world. Drusilla inadvertently provides details of her home island to her captors, sparking a Nazi plan to come to the uncharted island and seize Feminum for the Reich.
Because she's dumb.
Well, she's apparently a teenager.
Yeah.
So, who gets easily tricked by the suave, and he does call himself Suave, the Dr. Peter Knight that we'll talk about.
So who's in this?
Who is in this? Well, there's a lot of people in this.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we have Linda Carter returning as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman. Lyle Wagner as the intrepid Major Steve Trevor. Richard Eastham as General Phil Blankenship, taking another leading role this time.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of guest shots from Beatrice Colin, who is Etta Candy. And then our favorite villain and yours from the 1970s, John Saxon.
That's right. Of Maskatron fame.
Yes.
If you needed a bad guy,
Yeah.
Somebody called John Saxon.
Yeah, all the way through the 80s up to V, when he was in V.
Oh, yeah, V.
So, as Captain Radel, we'll talk about him. Carolyn Jones, making her first appearance as Queen Hippolyta of Morticia Addams fame.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Charles Frank as the already named Dr. Peter Knight, the suave Nazi or spy. Paul Shenar as Lieutenant Wirtz, who is the secretly the pilot who they're trying to steal his plane with.
Yeah.
Kurt Kruger as Major Hemschler, who is the and also Kurt Lowens as General Ulrich. They are the Nazis back at Nazi headquarters running the game. Here.
They could have just kept Colonel Kruger as Kruger.
Correct, exactly. Yes, just left him alone. We have Erica Hagen as Dalma and Pamela Shoop as Magda, two of the women on Paradise Island who are easily disposed of by the Nazis.
Yes.
And then finally, of course, introducing the famous Deborah Winger as Drusilla / Wonder Girl.
Some might say infamous.
Infamous, yes.
Well, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I preferred part one over part two.
Mm.
Um,
I don't know if that's so crazy.
well, they're on Paradise Island full of women, man.
Yeah,
You know, you figure that would be the one that
that's true.
but
The
my
red-blooded American.
red-blooded
Yeah.
Americans, yes. No, I loved part one. Part one, like it plays out nice and fast. It gets you where you need to go. It introduces all the characters. It introduces, Drusilla. Uh, we meet, Carolyn Jones as Hippolyta from this point on.
Mhm.
Uh, and the pacing is really bang, 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 bang done. You know,
Mhm.
we get to part two, and part two kind of meanders quite a bit. I feel it when it should be really, really tense, it kind of just falls apart for me.
Gotcha.
Uh, there's a lot about it that I won't go into right now in case we discuss it later on because I don't want to get too far.
Right.
That having been said, for what's probably obvious reasons, 10-year-old, 9-year-old Paul and Mark loved this episode.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So,
Yes.
but no, I
Hoping that I know as a 10-year-old, hoping that Drusilla would be the new Batgirl and stay in Wonder Woman forever,
yes,
ever and ever,
yes.
as she does in our hearts.
I remember, yes, I remember my dad cracking jokes with me about the fact that I now had my Wonder Woman.
Yes.
He had his, I have mine. Little did he know, but I still really enjoy this episode because anytime you can get Amazon's kicking the crap out of
Mhm.
Nazis and putting like not wasting any opportunity to talk about how horrible the Nazis are.
Yes, over and over.
Yes, I really do. I love this. This is one of the highlights of my childhood was these two episodes.
Right, and I'm as a child was the opposite. For some reason, I remember the last half of part one and all of part two, probably due to Drusilla.
It's the fish out of water for me for part
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
is what I really
yeah.
like about it.
No, I agree that part one has all of again, another episode with a very complex Nazi plot.
Mhm.
So we get them trying to steal this XPJ-1 jet.
Mhm.
And we get that intrigue. There's some complications with that I really liked. And then John Saxon, in trying to steal this plane, seeing Wonder Woman in action, realizes her bracelets are a far better weapon than the jet.
Yes.
And then then there's all that intrigue back and forth with the kidnappings, the double kidnappings again, as we've had in other episodes.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I think part one, you're right. The pacing of part one is great. When we get to part two, I think what's disappointing is how easily defeated the Amazons were by, of course, as we now know, Wonder Woman's nemesis, her kryptonite, chloroform.
Yes.
Because those bombs, I think, just had to be some form of knockout gas.
Knockout chloroform.
Yeah. It slows down a bit because, John Saxon even has time to wax philosophical while eating a plate of fruit. I think, while the Nazis seem to have control. So, yeah, I think I agree with you. I think the pacing went down. But it gave us a long time on Paradise Island, which I kind of like, too.
It was nice, yes. Yeah. It was so nice that somebody decided to take a boat ride around it while they were filming.
Yes, I did make note. Yeah, they need to fire their second crew because they allowed the sailboat in all those shots, and then they also had some sort of trailer in what was supposed to be the Olympic scene.
Yeah,
there was a clear trailer from the set.
Yeah, when all the Amazons are frolicking Olympically,
correct.
There's a trailer in the background. Now, what we learned about the Bionic Woman was the breakneck pace at which these episodes are put together.
Correct.
There is a bunch of special features on this that we're going to get to. So most likely we'll hear the same thing. Yeah. That these TV shows were churned out so fast that it's like the infamous Bionic Woman scene where she's talking and the donkey in the background's taking a big old dump. It's like We ain't got time.
Right.
Let's just keep moving.
This is, again, as I think we've said this on everything we've reviewed from the 70s. This is not the era of prestige TV.
Yeah.
Things are different now. Back then, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they churned it up.
Yeah.
And it was product for a general audience.
Yeah.
And in some ways, that makes it better.
Yeah, I agree. Not to sound like a old person or anything, but I do prefer the TV from the old days. Not so much. I'm not saying we don't have great television
Sure.
now, but what we have is we have like 20 episode seasons.
Yeah.
And if you can get half of those to be good episodes, you're already above the 7 episodes that you get with, like, say, The Last of Us.
Right.
You get more bang for your buck.
And I think there's something to be said for episodic television as well.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I like the fact that you get a full story in every 1 or 2 episodes,
Yeah.
but there's still an overarching. I mean, they still had some themes running through and some ongoing stories. So now we get, where they, like, one of my big complaints is stretching out what would have been 2 episodes in the 70s to a 12 season, Hello, Daredevil, Marvel, etc.
Walking Dead.
No, yeah, I agree. I think this is probably one of the things I remember most about Wonder Woman as a kid, and so I think it was probably a top episode. Could be probably one of the best episodes, probably of the whole series.
At least season 1, it's one of the crowning jewels on
Yeah.
there's a couple of inconsistencies that bug me about it.
Okay.
That, like, I watch with the critical eye now, and it's kind of annoying to do that, and I try not to. But this episode, what kills me is, a half a dozen Nazis come on to Paradise Island. Now, they did say they went to the other far side of the island where there weren't so many, just a couple of them.
Right.
So, a dozen Nazis show up and make quick work of the Amazons. And then when it comes time to, like in reality, Wonder Woman, because she's got her bracelets and her belt and her lasso, could have basically just mopped the floor with them.
Yes.
Easily. But then you take Wonder Woman and you throw in her half a dozen, Amazon friends, all of whom are stronger than the average man.
Correct.
It would have been nothing to take these guys out, even after they'd been chloroformed.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of bugs me, and I got to thinking too. It's like she's all, like, helpless, and yes, I understand the whole thing with her mom, but still, this is the queen of the Amazons who basically could have snapped John Saxon's neck without even thinking about it.
Correct.
But the biggest part for me was in part 1, she can't catch the plane. In part 2, she catches the plane. And not only does she catch the plane, but she wrestles the plane.
Yes.
That's how strong she is.
Yes.
Her strength is a little bit inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
So, but those I'm critical eyeing. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not enjoying the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've seen this inconsistency with her before.
Mhm.
I mean, it does speak a little bit to the DC problem. How do you essentially how do you have a storyline with a character who's basically a god? And so that
Giant robots.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, giant robots work. Yeah.
Giant robots.
Giant Nazi robots would have been cool.
Well, yeah. Is there any other kind of giant robot?
No, there isn't. No. But
Iron Giant notwithstanding.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was okay. So, like, there's clearly notes on Wonder Woman in the Third Reich now, and so I think it's funny. I think it's kind of funny that chloroform is her. That's such an easy thing.
Yeah.
Can take out all the Amazons. So that part didn't bother me as much. My impression was that the other Amazons, as exemplified by the 2 that kind of resist that, they really don't believe Diana. They didn't think that this was a big deal with these men coming.
Yeah,
and so I think they underestimated their enemy.
Sure.
And so, but I am also trying to just make excuses for a great episode. So no, I think there's inconsistency.
It doesn't diminish my enjoyment of this episode.
Yeah.
It's these episodes. It's just that these are the kind of things that as an adult I look at and go, wait a minute.
Right.
But the other thing is, apparently Nazis don't share notes
Not
because
enough. Correct.
there have been two previous
Yes.
bunches of Nazis.
At that same headquarters.
Yeah, same
At the
headquarters.
same nondescript headquarters.
Yes, and nobody
yeah.
thinks to like say something about
Correct.
about the Wonder Woman.
You would think by now there would be a task force of Nazis whose sole purpose is to get Wonder Woman.
Yes,
You would think by now.
like they would have. It would have some kind of really cool German name.
Correct.
you know?
Yes. Well, and part of me, I think I said that while we were watching, is like, why couldn't John Saxon have been a recurring Nazi villain, and he could have been her foil?
Yeah.
And so I think that was a lost opportunity on their part, because I mean, when he's on screen now. He acts way above everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
in
just
spite of what Deborah Winger might.
right, correct. We won't.
Yeah, he really. Well, they all do it, and you even get like with Carolyn Jones playing Hippolyta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about her that when she's blonde, she's silly. When she's got a wig on, black wig on, she's Morticia. She's all vampy and creepy. It's like, but she was kind of a comedic actress.
Yeah.
So it was interesting seeing her play a semi-comedic, motherly character. But it's always a delight to watch her on the screen.
Yeah. There's a lot of little things I really liked in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great that now, and again, here's inconsistencies, right? Same thing. But I do like the fact that General Blankenship and Steve set up the XPJ-1 to fake the Nazis out, and then he had the little button controls that just blew up the ship, so that their entire plan the entire time was to make it look like not a success, so they could secretly test the jet elsewhere. But then foil them. Peter Knight, the builder of the plane, is also a Nazi. So, I mean, although my question is, here's the inconsistency. So once he, as he said in the episode, was able to design the prototype, why didn't he just leave? Why couldn't he why did they have to steal the jet if he could easily, they're building V1s and V2s in Germany.
Yeah.
Why can't he just go back and build the ship?
Well,
I mean, unless it was the special engine, is the only thing I can think of. Because the engine,
because he said he built the plane.
He only built the plane, not the engine.
Yeah.
So
the thing is,
but the whole Code Z thing, I thought when they blew up the plane, I thought was a neat idea.
Yeah. Well, the thing about this is I brought this up in an earlier episode about how you know what you're getting when you watch these. You know they're not going to be like super realistic. You know they don't really attempt to go any further than being a comic book hero on the small screen.
Right.
So there's certain concessions we make when we're watching this.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. Like now, unlike $6 Million Man and The Bionic Woman, they weren't comic properties. They were rooted in reality, and they tried as much as possible, Bigfoot and whatnot. This was more just like you're watching a comic book show, so there's comic book plots play out a certain way. At least back then they did.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, even the Feminum, the name of the metal is. I mean, that's straight up comic. I mean, you can't get any more comic book than Feminum.
I don't know if the metal ever had a name in the comics. If somebody out there knows, let us know down below.
Yeah.
Pre-crisis, not post-crisis.
Right.
The other thing, speaking of the metal. Okay, so I brought this up when we were watching the episode. They take the bracelets because the bracelets are bulletproof. And then Peter Knight examines a sample of the bracelet under a microscope. Which, first of all, I don't know if you can actually do that with metal. Second of all, how'd they get the sample?
Yeah. They can with a microscope. They look at Titanic's metal. But so I know it's a special kind.
Okay.
But I don't know. The only thing I came up with is, well, it resists bullets, but apparently not, cutting a little bit of it off with a scalpel. Maybe it's not resistant to blades. Yeah, I didn't understand that either. It didn't make sense.
Also, the idea of were they going to manufacture the or recreate the feminine? Because they didn't they're mining it out of a pond, and they've got like a couple bushel baskets full of it. Not they can't very well make tanks out of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What
That's a
I
good
would
question.
do,
Mhm.
I'd make bullets.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
You're driving along in your
Right.
tank. They shoot-
right through the yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know
want
if
to give any Nazis any
yeah.
ideas.
No, I don't know. The whole scientific part of it was very comic book.
Yeah.
Don't just go ahead and go with it.
Yeah.
Don't. What bothered me is the fact that, and I made a joke about it while we were watching it, is the fact that so apparently the bracelets aren't the wonderful gifts that you get for winning the Olympics in the very first episode. So apparently they all get lassos.
Yeah.
They all can transform.
Yeah.
They all can get bracelets. So I that would have been interesting. Here's how I would have done it. I would have had the Nazis invade this time.
Mhm.
There are no they do mine them, but it's such a rare metal that ends up foiling
Yeah.
the Nazis, and none of the rest of them have the weapons or the belt or anything. And so after this, they decide let's
Yeah,
get everybody.
Again,
Let's arm ourselves.
I think we've just created Prestige Wonder Woman.
Yes, correct. We're trying to. Yeah.
Also, they said the feminine
Mhm.
is in a mine,
Yes.
but they're panning in the water.
That's
And I'm like, so basically, somebody wanted to get a bunch of girls
Yeah, in the water.
baby doll outfits
Uh-huh.
in the water.
Yes.
So
That is so true. That is so true. Yeah, they're not like on Rurapente sitting there like in the dark mine.
yes,
Yeah, there's just so much to like. There
really is.
the Drusilla like try to fit in with the 1930s. Although, and I don't know, and maybe tell us in the comments, but it felt way more like the 1950s in that diner scene.
Yeah.
That was not. I don't think that they were playing the right music. But was a sock hop? I thought sock hop was like 50s.
I know my mom went to sock hops, and that would have been the 50s.
Yeah, I think 50s was sock hop.
Early 50s.
I think 30s would have been flappers and like post flapper.
But this is 42, so
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe someone
maybe
older than us, someone
Yes.
who is dirt.
Yes.
If you could please tell us.
Now, speaking of,
Because the neat,
Yeah.
like the whole neat and that's 50s lingo. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that being 30s lingo.
I don't know the lingo very well. I will say this though. Okay, whether or not Deborah Winger enjoyed her time on the set of Wonder Woman, and we kind of know she didn't.
No.
That didn't stop her from being great in these
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
She
For being 21,
Yeah.
she played a naive 16-year-old really well. I mean, she really played not only a teenager, but a naive one who has no idea what teenagers are really like.
Yeah.
And the fact that she did that. And then she like grew into her own as Wonder Girl.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, she whether or not any of them were mad that whether John Saxon's upset that this is all the only jobs he can get, or whether, Carolyn Jones is like, how far have I fallen? None of them show. All the actresses we've seen and the actors, they really do a bang up job at this.
It's not so much John Saxon being the only role he could get. John Saxon never turned down a paycheck.
No, that's true.
But what he also didn't do was ever phone it in.
No.
Ever.
No. As I said, he was so good in this. I want him to be a recurring villain.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that good. He deserved that. He deserved that
Yeah.
level. So yeah. Go ahead.
But like, why didn't? Okay, so they capture the Nazi commandos.
Yeah.
They use that herb to wipe their memories, and then they just let them go.
No, they said here's what they're putting them in an internment camp.
Oh, that's right.
So
but the Amazons were going to let them go
to the Americans. Too.
Okay, all right.
So apparently they were going to drop them off. Hippolyta says at the end they're going to drop them off in their little rubber boats somewhere outside the United States to be captured.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
And then Diana says, "Well, Steve will have them put in an internment camp."
Oh, okay.
And so and I do like the fact because I criticized it at that moment. I'm like, the Nazis know the coordinate, or well, I mean, unless they don't communicate. But technically,
Clearly, they don't
yeah.
share no.
But at least Drusilla points that out. Drusilla's like, just because we wipe these guys' memories, they know
Yeah, but they do bring up that
no one will believe it.
there are
Correct.
people that already don't believe it, so
Correct.
it could have been just a complete fluke.
Yeah, and that's been true in the series where
Mhm.
I mean, that's that whole episode where they put the lasso on Diana. No one believed her story about Paradise Island.
Right.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Although, boy, in the 70s we believed everything. In the 70s we would have been, oh yeah, Paradise Island makes sense. Of course, right next to in the Bermuda Triangle, of course.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Yep. Yeah.
'Cause that's what that was the beauty of the 70s. The fact that there was so much to believe in. There's so much mythology. The world is such a darker place.
Well, you're talking to the guy who today and yesterday was going through my copy of the Time Life book Psychic Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was the Bermuda Triangle book with the gatefold cut out of it that had the glowing the Nazi, the Indiana Jones skull, the crystal skull.
Oh yeah.
And it had all the myths about the crystal skull and Bermuda Triangle.
It's here in LaPorte.
Oh, the crystal skulls. Oh
yeah.
Who's got it?
Nick met the guy.
Really?
Who has it? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, very much a comic book. They're continuing the comic book train in this. So
yeah, unlike the previous ones, I'm pretty sure this one was not based on a comic book story. And if it was, it doesn't involve Drusilla.
No,
because Wonder Girl, I think they called her Wonder Girl. At least they did in the.
They do on the box.
On the box, Wonder Girl didn't come along. Wonder Girl was a fluke, like an editorial accident that turned into a character. Okay. Yeah, well, because.
And she's Donna, right?
Well, yes, but in comic books, you had Superman and you had Superboy.
Correct.
You had who are the other ones?
Batman, Batgirl,
but
Flash, Speedy.
Somebody had done a issue of Wonder Woman where Wonder Woman got small and they called her Wonder Girl.
Okay.
And when they were creating characters later on, that somebody just grabbed the Wonder Girl idea and went with it, not realizing it was already
Wonder Woman.
It was Diana Prince. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Wonder Girl comes back.
Pretty sure she does.
I think she does. Yeah.
Much to Deborah Winger's enjoyment.
Right.
What have you done with General Blankenship?
Just used him to flush you out.
Well, let us know what you thought of this episode. I thought it was stellar. I thought it was great.
We picked on a few things, but no, this is a like I said, this is a benchmark. This is a moment in the series that makes this series what it is.
It does make me curious though, because we are loving, and I can see why you love season one. And again, I don't have as many memories of season one from being a kid, and I remember the later seasons. But I'm hoping we don't lose the convoluted spy plots for truckers moving moonshine, in the 70s or whatever.
I'm pretty sure there's aliens.
Okay, so they're going to go the Bionic Woman route.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, there's some alien episodes, and yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But I like I like that they tried very hard. They're really pushing the World War II. I mean, it's great. I mean, now granted, the Nazis could only wish they had so many spies in America as they do on this show. Everyone's a Nazi in this show, but that's cool. I mean, to me that comes out of. I mean, this was 76, but that comes out of the Cold War fear.
Yeah. True.
This feels much,
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
But John Saxon, work on your German accent though. It kept slipping the whole time.
Yeah.
All of them. Actually, most of the Nazis in this all lost by the second episode, had given up and were just talking like Americans. So.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Americans like Nazis, who would have thought back in the 70s that might happen?
American Nazis?
Yeah.
what's this world coming
Yeah, I
to?
don't know. Great kudos to the costume designers. It explains a lot. Seeing this episode, I'm like, okay.
Do you need to be alone?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying that there are certain things one is attracted to, and I'm like, wonder where that came from.
On that note,
Yeah.
but before we go, like Mark says, let us know down below what you thought. I did want to point something out that I noticed today that our little channel has recently gotten over 300 subscribers, and it's been like a lot of them all of a sudden. So I want to thank you guys
Yeah.
for doing that and following us along. And
Let us know what got you to subscribe, because we'll do more of that. If it's this, we'll do more of this.
we are
We are.
not above nor below
No.
most things.
No. We are your clowns here to entertain you.
That's right. And on that note, I guess we'll wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Just like in the beginning, I'm Paul,
I'm Mark,
and this has been the return of the son of the show.
the Wonder Woman Tuesday night show.